Good morning to all my dear students. I am Neelam Miss from Mehdi English School, your social science teacher, and today we are going to continue with our chapter number 13, Manufacturing Industries, part 3. Before starting our lesson, I welcome you all with a good thought. If you can face the great fears of life, nothing will be able to stop you. Once again, if you can face the great fears of your life, there is nothing will able to stop you. So keep going. In last lecture, we have completed about agro-based industry. In agro-based industry, we have completed cotton textile industries and we have completed jute textile industries. Now we are going to learn about number 3rd is silk textile industry. Silk textile industry is also known as agro-based industry. Why? Because the raw material is coming from agriculture. So, silk textile industry is also known as agro-based industry. You can see this is the picture of silk fabric, how the silk fabric is made in the industries. You can see this is the process of making the fabric, silk fabric. This how the silk thread look like. This is the picture of silk fabric image. You can see that this is a silk fabric thread. Silk means in Hindi we can say resham, which we all say that resham's material. In English we can say that silk. Silk production has a long tradition. It means silk production in India, it means silk fabric in India. We are using silk fabric in India from our traditional time. It means from ancient time we are using silk fabric. After China, India ranks 2nd in the world in the silk production. It means China is on the 1st rank in the production of silk, and after China, India is on the 2nd rank in the world in the silk production. In India, 4 types of silk are produced. It means silk fabric can be produced in 4 types. It means silk fabric is divided into 4 types and we are producing 4 types of silk. These are mulberry, eri, tasar and munga. These are the 4 types of silk fabric names which are producing in India. Today there are about 300 silk weaving mills in India. In India, it means there are right now in current, it will be the ratio will be more. It will be more than 300. But in textbook, it is given the round figure is 300. In India, there are 300 silk industries. It means silk mills are there in India. Almost 300 silk mills are there in India. Major states producing silk are Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir. These are the major states are producing the silk fiber. Silken cotton clothes are exported to Europe, Africa, Gulf countries. Besides, these are also exported to Germany, Singapore, USA, Kuwait, Malaysia and Russia. It means silken clothes. That in previous slide we have learned that China is on the 1st rank in the production of silk and India is on the 2nd rank. So the silk which we are producing in the 4 different types which that silken cloth we are exporting to the Europe country, in African country, in Gulf country. Even also we are exporting our silk cloth in Germany, Singapore, USA, Kuwait, Malaysia and in Russia. In international market, Indian silk is facing tough competition from China. It means that you all are knowing that China is on the first rank and India is on the second rank. So China is giving tough competition to India in silk fiber, and we are facing competition at international level, and China is the country is giving competition to us. And now we are going to learn about woolen textile industry. Woolen textile industry is also known as agro-based industry. Why? Because the raw material is coming from the agriculture department. You can see that this thread is known as woolen thread. Woolen, you know that woolen clothes, it means sweater, shawl, muffler, which we are using in winter season. This is known as woolen clothes. Woolen, we used to wear woolen clothes in winter season. This is the picture of woolen threads. From this, sweaters and mufflers, shawl can be made. Woolen textile industries. As a cottage industry, the history of woolen textile industry is very old. Cottage industry, it means small industry. It means number of laborers are less in this industry, and this is small scale industry. Small scale industry is also known as cottage industry. So woolen textile industry, from the history, we can say that from the past many years, we can say that woolen textile industry is very old, and even it is cottage industry. Maximum woolen textile mills are in Punjab. It means Punjab is a state in India where we can found maximum number of woolen textile industries. Next come Maharashtra. It means number of maximum mills in India. It is in state Punjab, and afterward Maharashtra. It means then after Punjab, then we will find maximum number of woolen textile industries in Maharashtra. There are woolen textile mills in Uttar Pradesh also. It means in India we can find woolen textile industry in Punjab, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. These are the places where we can find maximum number of woolen textile industry. But it means we can say that a huge number. We can say that compared to Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, Punjab is in the first rank in the woolen textile industries. Ahmedabad and Jamnagar in Gujarat are the centers of woolen clothes. It means in Gujarat state, which are the two districts at the center of the woolen textile industry. It is Ahmedabad and Jamnagar is the district in Gujarat where maximum number of woolen textile industries we can found. Other major states are Bikaner, Jaipur in Rajasthan, Srinagar in Jammu Kashmir and Bangalore in Karnataka. These are the districts and the states names have given where the major centers of woolen textile industries are there. India also produce woolen carpets. Even it means you know that the carpet which we are using in our house, it is even India is also producing woolen carpets also. Woolen cloth is exported to America, Canada, Germany, France and in Russia, etc. Even in India is exporting the woolen clothes, not in the neighboring country, but we are exporting our woolen clothes in America, Canada, Germany, France, Russia, etc. These all are the developed countries. Now we are going to learn a synthetic textile industry. Synthetic textile industry is also known as agro-based industry. Why? Because the raw material is coming from agriculture department. You can see this is the picture of synthetic fabric. You can see this is the picture of synthetic material. We can say synthetic the cloth made from synthetic fiber made by man is strong, durable and does not retain wrinkles. It means that what are the speciality of synthetic fiber? It means synthetic material. What is the speciality? This fiber is made by man with his skills and technique. And what is the benefit and what are the qualities of this fiber? The qualities of this fiber is that it is very strong, it is durable, it means you can sustain it for a long time, and it does not retain wrinkles. You can see that on cotton clothes the wrinkle get easily, but in synthetic materials it does not retain wrinkles. Hence, industries had developed very much. In India, now synthetic textile industries are developed very much. The cotton fibers are mixed with synthetic fibers to get mixed variety of cloth. You know, synthetic materials, it means that the cotton cloth, the cotton fabric is mixed with synthetic, and then that the mixture of these two fabric and the new material which is made up of this two mixture is known as synthetic material. So synthetic material, it is a mixture of cotton fiber and synthetic fibers to get a mixed varieties of cloth. Main producer of these industries are Kerala, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, etc. It means in India, Kerala, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, etc. are the major producing state of synthetic textile industry. It means in these states we can find maximum number of synthetic textiles mills. Mills, it means industries. Other centers are Surat, Kanpur, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Chennai, Modinagar, etc. and other centers. Even in these centers we can also found the synthetic fabric industries. The synthetic fabric industries we can also found in Surat, Kanpur, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kolkata and in Modinagar also. Now we are going to learn about sugar industry. You all are knowing what is mean by sugar, that we are using to make our food sweet. Like if we add the ingredients sugar, then and only then it will give the sweetness. So sugar industry is also known as agro-based industry. Why? Because raw material is coming from agriculture department. You can see this is the picture of sugar industries where sugar is made. This is the picture of sugar industries. This is the another picture of sugar industry. You know that which raw material is using to make sugar. You all are knowing that is sugar cane is used to make sugar. You can see this is the picture of sugar industries. This way sugar is made in the industries. Sugar industries. Making jaggery from the sugarcane juice is very old. industries in India that we all are knowing. Jaggery, jaggery it means good. Making a jaggery from sugarcane juice is very old. We all are knowing jaggery is made from sugarcane juice, and this industries is very old in India. Sugar industries stand second after textile in agrarian industries in India. We all are knowing that textile industries came first in the agriculture, where the agriculture is giving raw material to the industry. So after the textile industries, sugar industry is coming on the second rank, where the raw material is coming from the agrarian department. So in India, textile industry is at the first rank, sugar industry is at the second rank, and in this both industries the raw material is coming from the agriculture department. After reaping it means cut or gathered a crop or harvest. It means to harvest or cutting the crops. After reaping the crop of sugar cane, it has been squeezed within 24 hours so that the amount of water is not reduced. Otherwise, its sugar content will decrease. It means when the sugar is ripe, it will cut or gathered, or the crop harvesting is done, and then they will squeeze the sugar cane for at least 24 hours, so the amount of water is not reduced. That sugarcane water does not reduce. Otherwise, if the water will reduce, otherwise the sugarcane water, that sweet water will reduce, then the sugar content will decrease. That is why the sugar factories are located near sugarcane growing centers. It means almost all the sugarcane industries are always near the sugarcane growing centers. It means where the more sugarcane are grown, you can see that the near agriculture field, near sugarcane agriculture field, within the limited distance, the industries are also situated there only. So that's why the sugarcane factories are located near where the sugarcanes are growing. Sugar factories are located in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, etc. It means a major state where the high amount of sugarcane production is done. That is, the major center of sugarcane factories are there in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and in Gujarat. This industries is developed in Gujarat at Bardoli, Surat, Navsari, Vaira, Bharuch, Kodinar, Talala, Gir, etc. These are the district in Gujarat where we can find the sugar industries. Now we are going to learn about paper industry. First I want to say you something about sugar industries. Uttar Pradesh is a main center of growing sugarcane, and the number of sugarcane industries are also it is in Uttar Pradesh. Why? Because the number of sugarcane growing field are more in Uttar Pradesh, and we have learned that where the sugarcane is growing, there is only the sugarcane factories are located. Why? Because it keeps only the few minutes of distance are there. So almost the major states producing sugarcane is Uttar Pradesh, and number of more mills of sugarcane industries are also there in Uttar Pradesh. Now we are going to learn about paper industry. The paper which we are using in our education purpose. You can see this is the paper industries. how the paper is making an industry. This is the process of making paper. And paper industries is also known as agro-based industry. Why? Because the raw material is also coming from agriculture department, so it is known as agro-based industry. See, this is the picture of paper industry. This is the another picture of paper industry. See, this way the process is going on in the industry and how the papers they are making. You can see this. Paper industries. Paper is made out of soft wood, bamboo, grass and molasses. What is mean by the molasses? Molasses, it means thick brown juice, thick sugarcane, thick dark brown juice obtained from the raw sugar during the refining process. Now what is meant by the molasses? Molasses, we can say that when the sugarcane is squeezed, it means the water, when the water almost the sweet water is coming out from the sugarcane, and that we can say that the garbage is there of sugarcane, that is known as molasses. And another meaning of molasses is the thick dark brown juice obtained from the raw sugar during the refining process. And here the molasses, it means when the sugarcane is squeezed and they obtain whole sweet water from the sugarcane, and that the garbage of that sugarcane is there, the wastage of that sugarcane, it is used for in making paper. So paper is made up of soft wood, of bamboo and grass and molasses. It is also produced in Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Odisha, Karnataka, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, etc. These are the major states where we can produce the sugar. These are the major states of a paper industry. They are producing the paper. Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Odisha, Karnataka, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, etc. are the major centers in paper industries in India. So we have completed about agro-based industry. Agro-based industry, it means the industries where the raw material is obtained from the agriculture department is known as agro-based industries. In agro-based industries, we have learned about cotton textile industries, we have learned about jute textile industries, we have learned about silk textile industries, we have learned woolen textile industries, we have learned we have learned about sugar industries, and we have learned about paper industries. So there are 7 industries we have learned in agro-based industries. Agro-based industries, it means where the raw material is coming from agriculture department is known as agro-based industry. So our agro-based industries topic is completed, and now we will start mineral-based industry. Industries, those industries where minerals are used as a raw material is known as mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industries, it means where minerals is used as a raw material in industry is known as mineral-based industry. Now, what is agro-based industry? Agro-based industry is where the raw material is coming from the agriculture department is known as agro-based industries. Industries can be divided into 2 categories, that is agro-based industries and mineral-based industry. In agro-based industry, raw material is coming from agriculture department, and in mineral-based industry, those industry, those who are using mineral as a raw material in their industry, it is known as mineral based industry. Industries such as iron and steel industry, aluminium industries, copper industries, chemical industries, fertilizer industries, cement industries, means of transportations and electrical goods are the mineral based industry. Why? Because in this all industries we are using minerals as a raw material. So these industries are known as mineral based industries. In the mineral based industries, we will first learn about iron and steel industry. You can see this is the picture of iron and steel industry, where the iron and steel is made, and here the raw material is also coming, and here the mineral is used as a raw material, so it is known as mineral based industry. When we are talking about iron and steel industries, at that time the company is coming in our mind. It is a TISCO, the name TISCO, that is Tata Iron and Steel Company, that you have learned in 8th standard. It is the biggest iron and steel company in India. That topic we are going to learn in this lesson also. This is the another picture of iron and steel industry. You can see how they are making the iron and steel in the industries. Iron and steel industry is the axis of modern industries and the economical development. It means iron and steel industries axis, it means the most important, the main industry of this modern time. This is the modern industry, and from iron and steel industry we will get a good amount of economy. So because of this iron industry, our economical development is also possible. So iron and steel industry is the axis, it means the main and important modern industries, and for the economical development also this industry is very important. It is considered to be the base of the industry. It means iron and steel industry is considered to be the base of all the industries. So that's why it is known as the axis of modern industries. Machines and other constructions are produced from its production. We all are knowing that machines, or we can say that utensils, we can say that the other constructions work are produced from its production. We all are knowing that maximum numbers of thing is made up of iron and steel. So these are the main production. This is the main minerals or main industry to produce the machines and other construction. This can be also considered to be the key industry. It means iron and steel industry is also considered to be as a key industry. Which industry is considered as a key industry? Iron and steel. Why? Because this is the base of all the industries, and maximum number of production can be obtained from it. We can made from this iron and steel. So it is known as key industry. On the point of view, if we are seeing on the development purpose also, on the economical development also, so this industry is known as key industry. Why? Because from this industry maximum economical returns will get. So it is also known as key industries. So today we have completed this mineral based industry. and we will continue with iron and steel industries in next lecture also. Till then, bye everyone. Thank you.